it's me Dana here, and today I'm here with my January wrap-up. January has actually been a really good month for me because I'm on a sick list, because I can work because of my broken finger, and so yeah, I got a lot of time to read. Still a slow reader, but still managed to read 5 books this month, so here we go. So the first book that I read was Sigh Q by Ben Emerge. Yeah, I'm still bad with names, so please don't judge. But this is a psychology book, a lot of tests here. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars because it was interesting. Most of the information I have read before because it's not my first book in this kind of genre, but I think there were a lot of unnecessary tests that you kind of have to participate in. I was like doing this, but never mind. Basically, I kind of couldn't leave the house with this book and without a pencil as well. Of course, I could have skipped it, but I think there were, a lot of tests occupied this book, and maybe I just want to read a bit more information about themselves, the tests, the results, something like that, statistics, whatever. But overall, interesting book for someone who hasn't gone and reading into all that kind of world. This could be a book that I would suggest, but for me, that's that. The second book that I read was The Affair by Jill Paul, and I had a lot of thoughts on this book. I actually tried to make a review video, which ended up being a disaster, so basically I didn't do that. But a lot of feelings. Not sure if I would suggest to read this book. It was interesting, a lot of things are happening. Overall, gave it 3 out of 5 stars, but more rate 2 over 5-ish, 2.5-ish. But other interesting things, caught 2 typos in this book, which is pretty interesting for me because I usually just skim them and never notice them, but that's that. This was an easy read, so I also would suggest to someone who is a slow reader as I am. But let's say it like that, I will definitely not reread this one. Alright, so the third book that I read this month of January is The Miniatures by Jessie Burton. Again, pardon if I'm mispronouncing. Now this is a really interesting book and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. A lot of things going on, some things left a bit unclear or it could have been a bit differently written, but still an interesting thing. A lot of events. Would suggest this book. It kind of did, in a way, stand to my expectations, but in a way also didn't. Hard to explain. Was kind of expecting a bit more of that miniatures thing, like more things written about that specifically. Also, I think the name of this book could have been changed to something more appropriate to the story itself, but this was a pretty interesting read and I'm glad that I finally got to read this. Alright, so the fourth book that I read during the month of January is actually something that most of the people have read. I haven't. Now I have, and that will be A Lord of the Rings first part, which if I'm not mistaken will be the Fellowship of the... Yes, pardon, give me a second. Yes, the Fellowship of the Ring, and this is Latvian version, which is actually my brother's. I hope he's not watching this video because I kind of took all the books with me. But so with this one, to be honest, I guess all the hype over the years and all the reviews and whatever, and the movies and everything, it got my expectations a bit higher. It is really well written, I can tell you that much, and when you read it you can see there's so many thoughts put into this book, but overall the story kind of felt a bit flat for me. I mean, it was interesting and I definitely wish to keep on with the series, with trilogy if I'm not mistaken, and read The Hobbit as well, which I most likely should have read first, but still everything was explained in this book. A lot of things, names to remember and understand. I like there were maps as well, so it has pretty much it all, but yes, I guess the hype got my expectations a bit disappointed, so I ended up giving it 3 stars out of 5, and I do hope that the next parts will, I don't know, make me feel a bit more excited about this trilogy. And last but not least, which kind of actually is the least, I read 10 Men by Alexandra Gray. and I was disappointed. Again, there were things happening in this book, quite a lot of those actually, as one could presume based on the name of the book, but I kind of didn't feel, that, you know, the cherry on top of the book. It felt really dull, and I got a bit bored in the middle of the book already. I would read a book that has a story about 10 different men or whatsoever, but it could have been made a bit more interesting and mostly a bit more realistic, because of the aspect of it not being that realistic, kind of lost its, I don't know, its charm, let's say like that. And the more I read on, the more unrealistic it is. Like, it gets, alright, there were 10 different men and yada yada, and but they were really like billionaire, lord, whatever, yada yada. Like, there are so many, like, does she really meet the best men of the world? Like, she could have chose those 10 men in a different categories, like different kind of descriptions or whatever, and I think this book would have been way greater, or just like 10 different kind of types of love or whatever, and it would still be better than it was right now. I ended up giving it 2 out of 5 stars. I think it could have been written way better, which would have made it way more interesting. Who knows, maybe someone else will write it more interesting, but because the idea was not that bad, I mean, hey, maybe I will write that. But on the serious note, I would not reread this. I wouldn't really suggest this to anyone either. Most likely I am gonna get rid of this. But what I found interesting is that I don't think I have read a book before where the main character's name is not mentioned during the whole book, so that was an interesting part for me. I know that just the thought stayed in my mind, like, oh, that's interesting, what is her name? Alright, so those are the 5 books that I've read during the month of January, right? No, January, and I'm looking forward to reading the next one as well, which I already chose using the method that I will upload another video about, which I actually made before this one, but I was kind of scared to upload it. I don't know why, like, I'm shy like that, whatever, don't judge me. But my next book to read, the first one for February, is Red Riding Hood, so let's just see how will that go. And I have tried to read this years back, got in the middle, I was still in school, I read it during my lessons, so probably wasn't that, you know, attentive at it, but that is the book that I'm currently reading. Currently at page 10. So I'm right at the beginning, but that sounded painful. Anywho, so those are my 5 books and my wannabe TBR for a month of February. And thank you for watching, and I hope to see you rather sooner than later. Bye!